spoken of as being very feast or famine.
What have we got? Anything crazy? Double sheriff. Not too crazy, but
when it comes to the
let me do this a sec. Wait, this is max.
Mimi said it.
Why did it sound so loud? Let me do this. Hold on.
Yeah, we saw what happened last time they started off slow. So they're definitely going to want to avoid
it's
that
not
here.
as loud
This is a
for me.
fast pace
It's a bit
already
better.
from the side of Leviathan. A convincing A hit is about to come through in the mix once this
that's
Viper wall
much
comes
better.
down.
Pepperoni Tony as well. Thank you so much, man. 5 gifted also. That's your first gifted as well. What the hell?
Look at the pathing that he takes.
Yeah, dude, that was unbelievable. I mean, the recon was...
That's a really nice setup.
Yeah,
recon was everything.
As well. Shy's back sight though. He gets 3 to the round. Salvation. It's not
allowed to get free, yeah. Pepperoni Tony again. Thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate the 5 gifted. Appreciate the support.
He's got a ghost, no armor.
No way.
Cleans it up.
It's a 2v4, right?
He's bringing that all-star performance he had
Flying Grace in
into
95 as
today,
well
so
with the prime. Thank you
already
so much.
A strong
Thank you for the
start,
6
and that's
months.
what we were saying Crew needed to do. Who other than Shy?
Tony the pepperoni
guy.
guy. Yeah.
Series yesterday to bring them to
Thank you so much, Tony. Yeah, I cannot believe this guy's allowed to get 3 on sight now.
Often also having some of the most
Whoa, what's going on?
Especially when Crew seems like they're at their best. We talk so much about
Patrick, oh.
so much about Heat and
And
for
gifted.
good reason. But man,
First ever gifted as well. Patrick, oh, chat, you know what to do. Get the slug spam going. Again, if you got any kind of gifted, make sure you at whoever gifted to you, whether it's Patrick, whether it's Never Nude, whether it's Pepperoni Tony. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Patrick, appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Slug Oilers, they're going crazy. Let's keep an eye on the Sheriff. Let's see if they can do anything. We're also count pistols, 1-0.
It seems like. A little bit of jitters from Azino. Oh my gosh, Icebox.
You guys are going feral? Yeah, relax yourself. That's true.
Sheriff versus a Bulldog.
That's true.
Honestly, that was a fight that went the way
You want to scare everyone off?
Almost every time.
Thank you, Patrick.
When we saw these two teams clash last. So we'll keep a close eye on that and see who's on top in that duel. You see LEV starting to take back yellow. They've got harbor walls up. They've got Viper walls that can go up as soon as those go down. They've got a lot of layers to this. And then remember, this is an eco for them. They only have sheriffs.
Yeah, and I like the slow approach as well. And they're only able to do that because of the, rechargeable walls that you were speaking of. They're able to layer their utility, get onto the actual site, make it very deadly with these classics up close and personal.
Yeah, I really like how they did that. They realized that the harbor wall was going to be going down soon. They take a step back, they throw a freeze on the round, wait for the Viper utility to go up, and then commit. Icebox already getting one is Shy, who was the hero in the previous round, is looking to do a bit of the same.
And these positions right now are very good for Leviathan. Crossfires around the whole site, Doug.
You definitely don't want to start this series by getting eco'd in the second round.
Oh boy, dude, there's so many of them alive,
Heat's
man.
left alone in a 1v4.
They're gonna pick up so many guns unless Heat does damage.
But can he pull it off?
Holy.
No. That's a rough start for Crew.
1, 2,
and
3.
honestly, a near flawless round, a near flawless thrifty round, eco round from the side of Leviathan. Aspas, he did so
dude, that's
much
such a
work
nightmare
into that
start.
round,
I mean, shout out to Aspas to 3 of them. The only gun bought into it in terms of the Sheriff.
Oh, look at these shots, amazing.
It's a dink dink.
Tap just like that, and then the pen.
Insane, and then yeah, once you have all that sight, it's just too hard to retake at that moment. All the close boxes. Now the classic becomes so deadly.
E-Wolf as well with the prime. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you getting involved also.
And you take a look at the investment
Thanks
from
for the prime.
off of that. One person bought. Other than that, they've been able to carry over the spoils of war from the previous round into the next.
Yeah, only tank to blow. So we get the hero gun that obviously was it a Sheriff in the round before? Can't remember, Sheriff or Ghost.
Seem to want to do in this half. Do an A default, freeze around, wait for some type of aggression from, the Reyna. Any type of likes.
And he's been known to do it. They've invested the Reckoning.
All of the guns, yeah. Look, I mean, look at the money on these 4.
And LEV push forward. Shy's been spotted. The spam from MTA is
Dude,
nice.
where is everyone else?
And so Icebox is now down. A weapon has been upgraded. Now 2
Wait,
Guardians
where
on
is
the side
everyone
of the
else?
defense as the spike is still trying to work its way through out onto the side and get planted. On the swing, Kesnit falls. MTA continuing to cause problems. He was good yesterday.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Tex. Just felt like he bailed them out on this one. It's getting a little bit close. People surviving. Money's okay after that. They get the plant as well. That helps a little bit.
The last 2 players were. So a good pitch
felt a little
right
bit
there,
odd,
the spacing
like off.
Initially was kind of rough.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. The spacing was all over the place.
Good work for Leviathan to slow the round down after they get picked 4v5 and then take engagements together. But it's something they're going to need to tighten up in these future rounds, especially on a gun round, because if you drop 4v5 like that, how many more chances are KRU going to give you?
Yeah, that's a really good point. We have seen that approach twice, though, right? We saw it in the previous round. They froze, then they hit when they got what they wanted. They did the same thing in round 3. And so now in a round 4, with ears perked, we'll see if that comes up again. An outlaw in the hands of Icebox.
Yeah, understanding that the economy for KRU is kind of in shambles. A lot of players might be on that light armor. You can eliminate a player instantly with this gun.
Most likely to peek him
onto that light armor.
Light armor.
And so far, it's been back-to-back A, B defaults. You know, we saw in the eco round, it was a B default, similar wall, and then a freeze. This time, proactivity from the side of KRU. They don't want any of the space to be gathered.
That's really nice timing on the Dizzy from Heat.
People are starting
that's a really
to do.
nice timing of a headshot on an MTA. And now that's a free A site, but I don't think Leviathan know that.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of teams do the smoke down, Dizzy flash.
The contain. Shy is now dead. Mid is wide open. Killjoy utility is rendered useless. And now LEV have the entire map to their own.
Right there. Yeah, and you just want to group up now. It's a 5v3 no matter where you go.
Right.
Group up, make sure your trading is on point. You can still use rechargeable utility if it comes back up, like that Sova dart. Speak of the devil. And yeah, they're going to know that this site is free.
Oh man, are they really going to run away with it just because of the...
You don't really have a choice. I mean, you look at their economy, it's rough. Light armor on 3 members.
Further chamber of the Killjoy here. Nah, not really.
Your crew is avoid 2 days
the Killjoy's
as
nice.
much as possible, right? Yeah. You can't have any hint of that coming back into your minds, coming back into the conversation, because that snowball gets really big very quickly.
Some of the comps at the moment just wreck.
Are we going to see a timeout already? Is it maybe time to already hit that that panic button? I don't want to call it a panic button yet, but is it time to maybe hit that
concern button?
Maybe? Yeah, the concern button.
Yeah.
Because, you know, last time around, it was around that 4-round mark that they used it, and honestly, it was a little too late.
The one trip kind of owned you as well.
It looks like LEV are starting to move around the map and try to find any stragglers that are trying to keep weapons into the next.
Oh my goodness.
And other than King, it seems like they might be able
to survive
with this. Posted up in garage. Seems like they'll go through undetected, so the weapons, barring again, King dropping one at just the right time in the waning moments of the round.
I think Chamber needs a buff. I just think some of the agents that are good against Chamber at the moment are pretty good. Cypher's also very good at the moment
when they showed that B default and that same harbor wall, they were already pushed up in the open of yellow. That's why
like Neon double initiator is rough.
Trying to be proactive, trying to catch the players.
Ever since that update, I feel like any chances of a Chamber looking good kind of got wrecked.
The yellow box.
Oh, and I think you also see an instant reaction out from KRU here.
I see they're going to tease the new agent at Champs. Yeah, someone in chat was saying. I haven't like seen the official thing, but I take everything that chat says is golden.
And it's because they have a thrifty buy. Keep in mind, they only saved 2 guns going into this round.
That should be cool.
So it's a perfect time to, you know, get your gatherings and just put something together for the next gun round is what it is going to be. So right now for KRU, it's been the defaults that have been kind of destroying them so far from Leviathan. I wonder if we're going to see them just take aggressive space on one of the extremities and maybe play a retake on the other side. Something that we see Leviathan do quite
Initiator,
well on their
yeah.
side
I mean,
is,
that was the next on the list.
An entire lane, and then play a little bit heavy on the other side. It's very common for teams to do that on a map like Icebox. But the key difference is, you know, Kesnet isn't on Jet, so it's kind of more risky in that way. You don't really have that, you know, get out of jail free card.
Right. Infinitely more risky. You know, we were having a conversation at the beginning of the map about how
not really.
Needs to start off on strong footing, given that he's playing the Reyna. Quick
people have done it for like little rounds. That's about it.
That he was looking for. The
problem is the default stuff is just too good.
He does have a rifle in hand.
Creates too much pressure.
He's gone already.
Yeah, that's quick too. Usually when you have 2 rifles invested into a round like this, you kind of want them to take the forefront of the action. Have them get in the mix because it just gives you more of a chance. You know, it's more likely for those rifles to get a pick than a sheriff, but you know, more aggression from the side.
This is a little bit weird because we're pushing. Well. You know, one of them's going to get info.
He has to look at if he actually wants
one of them's going to get contact. You gotta feel like if you got full control here, you got full control here.
Turret, they've got the alarm bot mid. They've
got a guy spotting middle.
Watching it.
Feels like you know there's going to be
They
5
just have
watching
the
you.
whole map so well considered.
It looks so easy from the side of Leviathan right now on hold.
And yet Texas in the monitor.
Texas
Look at
looking to
him.
get a third into the
This guy's
round,
not
build up
missing
towards that
when he's
lockdown.
in the
He will
monitor.
get it. 3 for Texas.
I don't think it's
into that
possible to miss
round,
when you're
and
that close.
It was easy breezy pick'ems. I mean, after that pick in mid on shot,
They got plant as well, right?
likely that
Yeah.
there's going to be more aggression somewhere else on the map, especially when you're down 45
He is the
on defensive
crosshair, yeah.
side.
He's
And
locked
it
in.
was flawless.
He's currently sitting at 8-2 right now. It's another hot start for this guy.
Yeah, he's unbelievable in these moments. His killjoy on this map has been phenomenal.
All right, crew.
all year
Let's see it,
long.
man. Give me some kind
Obviously,
of
Icebox
signs of
is
life.
Ridiculous as well.
Icebox who, man? It's been all Texas last couple of times. We'll see how it continues to play out. Again, Crew in a desperate need to start.
but Shy gets checked, right?
5v4 numbers advantage, but Icebox continues to cause problems. Shy's in a really good spot here. Can he get out? No.
My God.
Icebox with 3 on the round with help over the top, too.
Yeah, and
He's
all he
not
needs
able
to do
get
is
out,
just
not able to survive.
all he needs to do is just stay alive.
Nice movement there from Icebox, too. Getting high ground, avoiding the damage on the
Incredible.
shock dart, which surely would have been lethal.
That's their big buy round, just getting solo wrecked by Aspas.
Sitting at
3
30
individual
HP. He
angels.
needs to give that spike to somebody else. Not sure what's really
They're
going
diffing
on
them,
here from the
yeah,
side of Leviathan,
angel-wise,
trying to feel out this
heavily.
B site, perhaps.
Which I think is again, one of the things they do so well. You know, you and I have talked about this a fair amount.
From all the NA talent,
Not just today,
from all
but
the
in
NA
every
talent,
other time
only
that we've seen them
Bren picked
play.
Crew.
They love to play the map. They
Bro
love
just
to
loves
slow
to
things
tweet,
down.
man.
They love to force errors out of the
Bro just
opponents
loves
and
going
then
against
really
the grain and
capitalize on those,
tweeting.
Punish them wherever they find
He's
weakness.
addicted at this
We've
point.
seen it a couple of times today already, and this is another example of that.
He didn't do it
You're up
yesterday,
big
though.
on
That
numbers
was the
right now. It's
time,
a
right?
4v2. You've got guns, you've got ults, you've got everything.
I think he went for
the
100
temptation
feeds.
to just brute force your way in
30
is really
seconds
high.
left.
But they're so disciplined in their approach, even in positions like this.
And wisely so, because if you give a team like Crew the time of day, they're going to execute right back on you. So you want to play a disciplined game against a team like this. That's how you take them out. When it gets in this chaotic, scrappy moments, Crew seem to thrive in those.
Yeah.
Their mechanical talent is honestly
Hey,
known
can't
around
go
the world.
save, man.
And they just seem to be such clutch players. I mean, look at what they did yesterday to 100 Thieves.
MTA getting a little bit forward. Oh, 1-for-1 there, but again, in a 4v2, those numbers just
Back down
don't
to an
add
eco.
up. You'll lose that every single time.
Yeah, good on Leviathan to trade out numbers there. Use the advantage that they got early from Icebox, getting 3 on that A main default. Honestly, nobody was really ready for him in that moment. Kesnet
The 8 hours, the 8 hours would go
Goes through a
crazy.
wall, too, if I
It
remember
really would.
correctly.
No, the first one was just straight up boom.
Oh, yeah.
No
3-0
chance
will
in
go
hell
crazy
for
for my
Kesnet
sleep
to get that
schedule.
kill.
You're not
He was
wrong.
trying to move out of there, trying to get out of dodge, but Icebox was too quick. Frustration.
But yeah, building already, you're right. Face of MTA, who again was a massive highlight yesterday.
Oh my gosh, the 3 rounds that he got on that ascent. I mean, it would be 100 Thieves here if it weren't for him.
Yeah.
And he struggled, honestly, getting into the mix of things, but now they can say that they're a top 3 team right now. It's confirmed on paper. Ooh, King, another punish on the walk-up. Leviathan, they're so dialed in right now on these approaches when they're just holding these weird off angles. Sometimes it can be hard to hit those shots. The bullets just can't quite connect, but today they're connecting for sure.
I mean, every single time they're against the eco, we just do a little passive default. Just feels like they just wait
It
for
seems Shy
Crew
with
to
the
walk
Guardian
into
in
him.
hand. The only, well, Heat has a rifle too, but they're both sitting over towards A. It's just Melster by himself here with the Sheriff. I mean, he's been droned around on one side, he's been walled up on the other. They know exactly where he is. He's just prey that's waiting to be hunted down, and that's exactly what happens.
And there's even a follow-up Harbor ultimate too, if there's anyone else on the site trying to help him out.
Yeah.
So no
Apex
turns
map
being
pool, yeah,
unchecked right now. From the side
Still
of
is kind of
Leviathan.
haunting them.
Good fundamentals.
I'm a little bit worried about their Abyss as well.
Is this another save? It has to be a
Oh,
save.
yeah,
surely,
I
right?
mean, this one gun
No, the
saving.
money's looking kind of rough right now. I think these Guardians just want to get any type of kills. That Sheriff kill from MTA is good. Because they have a full buy in the next round. They got rifles on the board.
See what Heat's got. Whoa, wait.
Kesnet,
The wall up?
Kesnet at 350, Shy at 400. Heat not able to find a second kill. Meanwhile, you take a look at the other side of the stage, and they've
How
got
DRX
money,
looking?
I mean,
Really
for
good.
days.
The RX are looking good.
They're in such a comfortable position here. And again,
there's a couple of teams that are peaking at the right time.
Just a couple days ago, we saw them play on
They're one of
Icebox,
them.
and it was on different starts, right? It was KRU who was starting off on the attack, and they were running into the brick wall of Levitan on defense. Now the sides have swapped, but it really feels like a lot of the same game.
Yeah, I feel like KRU are pushing it a little too much right now. They're trying to make something out of nothing. And I feel like maybe just see if you can do a sight hold against Leviathan so far, because we haven't even got to a point in this map so far, this half so far, where we've been able to see that. We haven't been able to see a retake really, like a 5v5 or even like a 4v5 retake or even a sight hold in general.
I mean,
it's just been first blood
after
first blood after first blood from the side of Leviathan.
Definitely some individuals from
KRU
Paper X weren't up to like normal standards.
You're running this Reyna comp, but it's too contacty. You can still use utility at some parts, you know, like kind of I like what they did when it was that yellow reclear, you know, where they had the Dizzy go up and you had players swinging clear in that space. Just
Didn't
gotta
Paper
play
X
that
win
5v5
Abyss?
retake a little bit more clean, a little bit better.
Or at least try to get into
I think if someone plays the right comp against them, they should have a fun
exactly.
time.
Yeah, but right now,
Even though their defense is pretty cool.
Has been burned. Again, very much on forecast. I can't help but feel like
it's a lot harder once there's like a demo out there. That's the
crawling
issue.
over their skin.
Okay,
man.
another big
the
buy round.
Memories, the deja vu-esque of a couple of days ago, because so far, I mean, if I didn't know any better because we were wearing different things, I think it's the same match. I think it's the same day.
Yeah, it definitely looks the same. I mean, the comps might not be the same, but the way that they're playing them is definitely resembling it.
KRX
right
against
now,
Gen.G, they actually have an alright
online
chance,
from
yeah.
KRU, so
Way more of a
this
chance
could
than I
be
thought they
a little bit
had.
of a saving grace in the mix of this half.
Like, I'm pretty sure Gen.G have got it, but
to even just a
I reckon KRX are good for
in favor of LEV.
blue maps.
Will be
I would say. I
win,
actually think they might go 5
kind of
maps.
rough on a map like this, but still, it's something. to work
Original
with, right?
Tuner, thank you
Better
so
than
much,
what
man.
happened
Appreciate the
last
2
time around.
months.
What was it? 11
Ara
or
as
something
well.
Like that half, going into
Ara with the
13-2,
5 months. Thank you so much for the prime.
Absolutely brutal.
Thank you so much, you two.
Punish on a Melzer here if he's not too careful.
I think there is Tuner, but maybe you missed
wonder
it.
if Icebox will get this pick. He does have that attack operator, and he knows he's jump peeking this angle. There it is. What a heads-up play from LEV.
It's just one person going close.
I mean, if you're
you
gonna
can
jump
hear the
spot
jump
that
peak
much, okay, it buys
and
time
take
for
a timing.
Icebox to bring it on over. Everyone else is holding for a push.
Placing swarm grenade.
A beautiful pick, and he's been
Recon
so
scans
quick with that
everything as well,
operator.
so they know for sure yellow's clear.
I feel like it's something
hear
that he
alarm
kind of went
bot.
away from for a little bit. In NA specifically, but now that he's bringing that operator back out, he looks super confident on that.
Yeah, he's heard
Tex
this
knows
guy,
there's a
heard
turn
this
in
guy.
mid.
Wait, no way.
He's gonna find a timing if
30 seconds
I mean,
left.
Shy comes down.
This
Oh
all
my
just
gosh,
gets
there's the
spammed.
timing. He snuck on right past everybody
This is a
here.
disaster.
He's got to hear all of that too. Oh, settle. Only able to find one. I thought there was going to be more to be feasted upon. And the truth is there was, but he just kind of makes a mess of it. In
Meanwhile,
kitchen.
what was going on while we were watching this guy
Lev
in
managed to
tube?
get the pit
They
down,
put the
Shy and
killjoy
MTA,
down
the only
into
two
the
that remain.
open, and all they did was just wall up,
They've
ping
got
it, and
all
just
to play
spam.
around, but I don't know that they really have any comfort to be able to invest into it. Meanwhile, it's Calm, who's really just buying time at this point.
Like, I need to go to
And
double.
he gets a tag on top of it. Yeah, this round is over.
This was a
Shy gets picked
disaster
off.
from
Lev
KRU. That
finding
killjoy was not
that
the one.
classic, you know, late flank. This time
Like
using
one
the
of the
soul
worst
vault
we've
on
seen
it.
for a while.
Here.
So I guess from the side of KRU, it is good
Oh,
on them
boy.
that they baited
Oh.
that Sova ult out. It's something that they don't have to worry about in the future rounds, but still, it's 7-1 right now. And yes, the narrative from last time these two teams clashed is in full effect once again, Doug. You're 100% right. It feels the exact same. KRU are kind of getting just dipped right now on so many levels.
I mean, in every single facet of the game. I think they're losing the micro, they're losing the macro. They aren't really able to get Kesnet online. He's 1-7 right now, and
Wasting ults.
it's just
on
been
the
tough sledding.
ecos,
The
they're
truth
just
of the matter
pushing
is
into
the timeline
them.
tells the story, and it does so in a very accurate manner. This has been all Lev.
Now the
And
eco, they
pistol round was
decide
so
to go
great
aggro
from
on the
KRU too.
eco.
It's just,
Guys,
you
come
can't
on.
convert that second round. You make it so
Like
hard
they
on
have,
yourself.
they
and now
held
you're
a
just
default.
having to do
Every single time you
crazy
eco, you
pushes,
run
you're
into
getting
them.
punished back and forth. I mean, if you peek this, surely you drop. Yeah, it's just, it's too easy right now. Oh,
Spike down.
Oh my.
Not like this. He just geared all over him. It's unbelievable.
That was
It's a
alpha.
slaughter.
that was absolutely alpha from Icebox.
Yeah,
Wow.
that actually
Shorty
sums
can
up
be so
how the map's
deadly.
been going.
Sometimes you just feel it in those moments when you're playing Jet. This guy has whiffed way too many shots on me. I might as well just dash onto him. If he hits it out, whatever. We're up 7-1.
removed.
Shy continues to be crispy.
Yeah.
He's hit a couple of really nice shots today.
So far, it's just been just like the last time around, where the only rounds that KRU can actually accumulate are off of heroics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Shy in that pistol round. He's back sight. Probably shouldn't get 3 in that spot, but he does.
Nope.
You know?
Placing alarm bot.
And that's what it was the last time around. I remember it was Melzer who got a 4K to win a
LEV
round.
against G2, best of
I
5.
think Kesnet got a 3K to win a round.
G's
on
map
Icebox,
was
and that was all they
pretty,
got.
Yeah, that
pretty
was their only
decent.
2.
Individual heroics. So we need to see some more of that team play.
But, I
The
mean,
team
we've
play
seen
that we
Mada
saw out of
stuff.
them
We've
in
seen
that
Mada
Ranked
stuff
Thieves
happen.
win to try to get a couple more rounds into this. And that was a lot of swinging together, not getting picked off first like that.
Yeah, Shy snappy today.
It just doesn't matter. They're
He
just
was
all
awesome
sitting
yesterday
there,
as well.
9K.
He had 59 kills, plus 12 in the series against 100 Thieves.
Remember, your
Sitting at the
weapon is
top for his
only a
team,
tool.
and it was actually Kesnet who was at the bottom in that series. So that was an impressive win for me just for that reason. But I mean, Kesnet's gonna have to be online if you want to beat a team like Leviathan, who are doing things like this. just
That looks
in
so
your
hard
face.
to hit.
And that right there is why you play high sense.
Yeah, that
because if
dash
you're playing against
movement,
Icebox, who's
jump
gonna do
is
that to
insane.
You fall behind, you're dead. You're just dead. Kesnet shaking his head with no real answers to be found.
That's tough. He's tried to peek in, he's tried to take these engagements, but without a right and proper setup, I mean, you could get insta. That's the worrisome part about having to peek into a player, right? There's always the chance that they can insta you like that.
Well, and I think it's also, too, a testament to how thoroughly sound Leviathan are as a team.
Dude, give me some
Yeah.
KRU
Because,
ults, man.
I mean, there are so many other teams that
We've
seen
had
crumble,
these ults for
and
way
Kesnet
too
trying
long.
to do that exact same thing, right? He's just going to alpha swing you, and he's probably going to get the kill, but LEV do such a good
Yeah,
job
and they
of
go in for
maintaining
the
these
drop
protocols at the
smoke,
beginning of the
but they're
round
kind of
that
throwing the
deny
dizzy wrong.
that level of aggression, and
With
they
the
deny that
smoke.
success.
It can be shot
And it just
before.
happened here again, even with utility this time from KRU.
Yeah.
Leviathan were ready.
Placing
Meltzer's
swarm
now
grenade.
dead. The defensive side doesn't have any smokes to play around. Shy looking to make a play, creeping all the way down tube. Still
Yeah,
just
way to
waiting
go.
on the other side. Getting any info that he can. Turret cleared. But again, Lev with a heavy lean towards B, and there's not a lot here as far as defenses go. A couple of rounds ago, it was Meltzer.
every
this
time they
side
just
is
die
Heat.
before they can
The
use
outcome's
ults.
the same.
Doug, that was such an insane kill from Icebox. We got to see that over in the feed. He kind of like puts his head down and then jumps onto that box so he can't see him right away. And then he instas him. Kesnet can't quite connect the shots onto Icebox.
boy.
He's not warmed up whatsoever into this match so far.
I would rather at this moment the KRU just insta ult
And
from,
MTA is
from the
just online,
get-go.
He has to save. It's just been an absolute stomp, Doug.
I mean, they just, yeah, this has become a save simulator for KRU, unfortunately.
Are they game of Valorant? Yeah, this is one of the
You know what, though? It is a best of 5. They can afford to
One-
throw
one
a
of the
map
worst
away
Iceboxes
and
we've seen.
build momentum.
They just
Sometimes
save
we
it
get a
for the
good
next
one.
map.
This one, not
Yes.
so much.
They're like investing in their
It's just an
401k.
absolute stomp.
Yes,
So they can
exactly.
cash out on it. Map 3,
They're
map 4.
They're not
exactly what they're doing.
like just not
And
ulting.
MTAs, I know he's
They're not
saving
really
this
playing
weapon, but he needs
together.
to give
They're
it to
getting picked
Kesnet.
off.
Just Kesnet, you
Every
need to make
eco they
something work.
push,
You gotta get warmed up
even
into
though
this.
they've been waiting for them for the first
Oh,
40
he might
seconds.
Not save that rifle. Tex will take him out because of the dart from Com.
Well, I think part of the problem, though, Trey, is that I think Kesnet has tried doing
And
that.
this might
I think
be what
they
we're
have
talking
tried
about
to
where
put
it's,
him in a position to go and get
they're,
kills
like, so
and go
happy with
and,
their position
kind
that
of force
they just take the
something
foot
and
off the
rely
pedal.
on mechanical prowess to make something happen.
They're like, we've done the hard work.
But he hasn't been able to find success there either.
Yeah, and this was actually that's that replay I was talking about.
That's gross.
As soon as he goes up on the box, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think what it is, though, it's the timing in which they're trying to do these plays.
Actually,
to
can we
set
say
him up.
KRU and
I
champs?
feel like it needs to be more of like
Maybe.
a
I mean, at
flood
one
when the actual
at one
sight
point
is
it has to
coming
stop.
out.
You think it's
Because
too telegraphed?
Yeah, it's too telegraphed right now. Like even in that fight with utility on B, Icebox was the only one ahead of everybody else, and he just has a dash already procced and he's able to get out, right? So they were actually, Leviathan were baiting that aggression from the side of KRU. I think it needs to be when the sight hit comes out. I think once the sight
I mean,
hit
if they're
comes out
defaulting all the
and
time,
Lev are
Des, when
investing their utility
you're
and it's,
eco,
okay, they're definitely hitting
you
the
can just
sight.
basically
Now
play slow.
we use our utility back, and amongst that chaos that's happening on either A or B
Like if you know
site,
someone's playing slow,
that's
then you
where
can
Kesnet
just
will
delay
find
as soon as you
kills
get
in the mix.
some kind of control.
But look,
And
it's
just play
random
your
timings they're going for this
info gather at
reaggressions.
55, 50 seconds.
But this might be good for them, actually, because you
And
have a
stack
delay
sight.
now on the side of
Have
A
early
side
info
with
on the
Shy
other side
playing
in case
here.
they rotate
This
back.
might be the first 5v5 retake we get.
They've managed to avoid death so far.
At least we got to see an ult
Right,
into
we
it.
might be due for a 5v5. Melser has his ult. Heat has the second dance of his. Meanwhile, Tex has a lot to play around. If he can get into a post-plant position here, they're going to have a lot of room that they can
and they
buy.
got mollies
a lot
on the
of time
spike.
they can bleed off this clock.
And he has a shock for the spike.
A tap is just a threat.
Bad
Crew
though.
realize they have to vacate the space. And now they're going to attempt to refill on it, but again, the spike has been ticking this entire time. What can Crew do to force their way back into this? Kesnit is weak, Shy's already dead. Tried getting a little bit of high ground as King snaps onto the second. Can he find a third? Yes, he can. The guy just continues to deliver. Borderline flawless.
Shout out to LEV. I mean, they played this very well.
10.
And the beginning of the round was great for Crew. Honestly, yeah, they re-cleared all that B space. They actually ended up being 5v4 up into that retake after getting a pick, but it's just too much right now. And I think we can see a little breakdown of communication, because even when that retake wall is falling there, no one's aware and holding this little angle. And this is a very obvious spot that defender.
Oh yeah, they did that crazy
defenders
goal.
of the post plant like to play in.
I mean, especially when you know you're being flooded down in a 5v5 like that. Like, you know that that's where the hit's going to be coming in from, and you know how things are going to play out. It's just been really tough sledding for Crew this entire time, man. And I don't know where I see a bit of a difference. You've got these setup protocols at the beginning of the round just like this. Tom hits a nice dart. Heat's the one who gets the kill. That 1-2 punch is sending him back into the
Dream
corner.
group of like the most
This
stacked
is so
group.
brutal. Now it's just gonna be easy
what would
pickings
it be?
for Icebox. This
Like
is where
Genji,
he reigns supreme. Again, he's
FPX,
alone right now, but I imagine he's gonna kill
Heretic Sen.
everybody in the server. Well, look,
Probably
Mazzino,
that's the one
suppressive
that's
fire
most
over
stacked.
his shoulder.
Yeah.
They continue to roll out, and they continue to stomp on Icebox.
so insane. What an attacking half right now. One of the most dominant we've seen. Last time around, the 13-2 map of Icebox for Leviathan
Put
against
G2
Crew
in,
was
G2.
the most dominant
But then it
map
would have
win
to
of
be
all
what?
stage 2, I believe, Doug?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Or all
Who's
year.
fourth again?
Yeah, I said something
of
like
the
that.
sort.
I said something like that on the desk the next day, and I was corrected. Space said I was
Yeah,
wrong.
I still think that's-
embarrassed, and Twitter made fun
you
of
take
me
G2
and
out
all that
and-
stuff. So I'm trying to avoid that one.
I mean,
but
it's still a
yeah,
stacked
it was
group.
bad. It was
Yeah.
bad.
We
I mean,
have
this feels like it
FPX
could
as
be the
well.
most dominant one. It's
Paper
11-1.
X.
Have we had a 13-0? Yeah, we had one.
And then Foot, maybe something like
I don't
that.
know who it was, but either way,
I think
it's
Bootsy
up
was on the
there.
receiving end of it, no?
It's up there in the top 5.
But you could have two really
flip.
stacked teams.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you're
Pretty
right.
fun.
The supporting cast this time around for Leviathan, making sure Icebox isn't alone. It's impressive how this team is able to bounce back after the way that they lost to G2, where it kind of felt like they just got outclassed.
We'll see if the second half tells a different story, because right now we're reading the same book we saw a couple of days ago. We'll be right back.
7-1, yeah. And the only run they got was the pistol. We need to do something about the end of the season, though. Don't you think? Don't you think like some of these games just aren't as hype as they could be? Hard, man. It's hard with the format. Mute? Ah, it's fine, man. But it's gonna be like a 20-minute VOD, it'll be alright. What can you do? Yeah.
Heiliger Strohsack, this is crazy. Sorry. Let's have a look at the last time that these two teams played. This is Shy getting caught when the sides swap and Leviathan move over to
Ghost
defense.
Dorman, thank you very much.
The reason I wanted to take a look at this
Thank
is
you
because I
with the
feel
Prime.
like Crew,
Appreciate the
first
2
of all,
months.
have a bit of a mental block
Stayed up for a
playing
quick
against
free now.
Legacy Shy,
It is feeling
failing
like
to make
that.
the
We'll
right
see
decisions,
you
but
next.
also how well they set up the comm
See
lure.
another round.
Pay attention to what
I mean,
comm is
another
up
map.
to here as I speed the round forwards. If I just pause it here, he thinks about going for the flank and he realizes I'm comm, I always flank, and I've got to disguise it somehow. So how do they make it feel like comm isn't flanking? Well, comm throws a piece of utility here that we're going to have a look at. This dart, if I just scroll back, you can see he throws the dart and then he immediately goes off on the flank. And the fact that this recon is coming through makes Crew think that comm is with the main pack of the team. And it allows Com to go for the flank undetected. Kesnit was watching behind. He's not anymore. It allows Com this perfect timing. And if we come out of the full screen, you'll see that he is able to have a huge amounts of value from behind. It's all about disguising where players come from. Crew aren't stupid. They're going to be thinking about where is the Sova. He loves to go for flanks. So that's how Com is being able to make these work, even after everyone knows that it's his MO. So let's see whether he does that in the next half.
Thank you so much, you silly goose. Leviathan continue to roll. Crew, that's what, 11 rounds in a row after the pistol goes the other way.
Yeah.
I think he makes a really good point on how Crew should be able to make some of these adjustments around LEV and how they like to play, particularly calm.
Might not be much of a next half.
I think that's probably the
Give you a little reminder of how the pistols are going.
Right now.
It just feels like it's too
1-0
little
to
too
Crew.
late. If
Does
you
also
recall
tell a
last
story.
time around, Tex
Sure.
was an absolute destroyer on this A site, getting so many first bloods onto Kesnit, onto everybody on the side of Crew. So let's see if Crew will able to be good and ready to break through the defensive wall.
4 people here with a molly.
I mean, there are a lot of bricks to this wall right now, bro. They've got 4 people here. They have the harbor wall. They have the Viper wall that cycles. And they haven't done anything to clear back sight.
No one's looking at Com whatsoever. Com takes a shock dart in the middle of 4 players facing him.
Damn, okay, respect. I thought they were done for. I was looking at some of these people, maybe not looking at other people, and I'm surprised they were not on so heavy.
With the sheriff.
They are the pistol gods, though.
Weak targets on the other side, too. But he's at such a distance. The one benefit is the
18
spike
to 4.
did just go down, so he's got some time to
Rasmus.
try to navigate this to his benefit, to his advantage. But he's got so many corners he has to clear. I mean, every single thing has to be so well considered, and now with position given away, he's trying to chip and prod at whatever he can. But this seems like another pistol the way of Crew. Kesnit getting
2-0 for the
kills.
pistols.
Crew get their second. You imagine, barring another anti-eco, that they should be able to get to 3.
Yeah, that was a smothering 8 execute from the side of Crew. The timing on it was really good, and the way that they were taking the engagements, it was together. That's the key difference in this side and the last side they played. The defensive side, there was too many isolated 1v1s.
2 rounds, 2 pistols. Yeah, I'm trying to work out if you were LEV, if you would
go in together.
You would force just to try.
Players that like to play backside.
Just to try if you can only lose the pistol rounds.
And profit.
Be tempted.
It
would
doesn't
be
really seem like
one way to lose it for sure. Pixel, thank you so much, man. Pixel, I appreciate the 2 months. Thank you for the tier 1, man.
This is a much more formidable buy from the attack side. This is much stronger from Crew. 2 Vandals.
Sheriff,
2
though, they
Guardians
lost to
and
this
a Bullet.
before.
They're fully leaning into this, as they should.
Yeah, you have to, and you have to win this round flawlessly as well, so you can have those guns into the bonus. Give yourself a big buffer of your own. Give yourself the best chance you can to win that bonus, but it all starts with this round. We saw them get eco'd last time around. A lot of players getting chipped low.
Yeah, but no kills found quite yet. King finally gets on the board in this round, but there's not much else that's going their way. Shy, an unfortunate casualty in a situation like that, feeling himself. Is all he could really do. He gets around the round. Crew get their 3rd.
Alright, let's see what they got. I mean, we don't like the NA buy, but these guys should be NA buying
yes,
right now.
In the round coming through, but they lost
This
2 rifles with
this one
that.
for sure. You can try to keep as many good guns as possible.
Keeping the 2 Vandals, which is probably
Don't
the most
want to lose
important
this
part
one.
about it.
Don't want to be resetting the econ. Don't want to give him 12.
His teammates. I feel like right now for Crew, you kind of just have to go for it. You have to try to win this next round. You fully invest into it. You win. If you lose this round, Leviathan are sitting at match point for how many more rounds? It's like
too many.
Yeah, you don't have a chance.
Yeah, we'll let Sliggy do the math.
Go for the win. Go for the win. But Shy opts to not buy for MTA, so it's
another
a
mention.
bit of an investment into this. I don't
another mention slipped in there.
Wouldn't do that.
That might be our first Doug one.
3-11 on Icebox. Shy feeling some of the pressure already. Icebox and Tex have denied so much of that space, and Shy's the first to fall.
And this is what happened last time around. They kind of bullied Shy, who was alone at A for a while in that A default. They kind of just ran him down. If you recall, there was 4 players that did it previously. This time, all it took was Tex and Icebox, the destroyers.
It feels like what they were doing in the first half. They were bullying Melser behind back.
Tanky guy, man. Look at him go.
Shy A main. Heat's down.
Can this spike be defused? Sorry, Doug. Can this spike be defused from behind the wall? Is this
Just go for it, Com.
I don't know.
Is this a bad plan?
Oh, it's the worst one I've
it
seen.
might be able to.
Let's see. That angle is tricky. And if Calm's kind of holding over the top, you're right, it might be disaster, or it might not matter. We might not even find out.
Yeah, don't even need to.
Melser gets his
Go on, just prove a point. Do it around the corner.
Leviathan gets a map point.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the spike plant spot or not, Leviathan,
What spike? Yeah, didn't even look at it once. Too busy on the, too busy going for the kills.
Makes it so, you know, Crew kind of
9 chances. Dude, this is done, right?
But I feel like it's just the same reaction.
This one is not going
time these teams met and faced
past
off.
9.
I feel like I want to see something more
That's
from
where I'm
Crew.
at.
I want to see them actually
Number
double
doesn't get
back
lower,
and
it's done.
challenge that A space again, slow the round down, not just do, you know, the common reaction of speeding up into B. Because Leviathan are willing to play for that. We saw that last time around. So right now, Crew maybe just
I'm
trying
an
to
L
play their
plan
own
from Lil
game
Bro.
plan, not really
He's got
thinking
better
about what
recently.
Lev are doing.
But yeah, it does happen from time to time.
See some of their financial decisions in the previous round having impact on this one. You got 3 Vandals, 2 Guardians.
This bully on A main again. Shy sitting all the way back in spawn this time,
Swarm
but
grenade
Yeah.
out.
And the thing is, they aren't even really investing very much to bully him off the angle. It was just a drone.
there's no way. He's just going for it. Oh my.
He spots him, what?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, a little
Go on,
graphic where we
keep
see
going,
the
man.
zoomed in crosshair on
Yeah,
the replay.
keep going. Go back to the
That's
angle.
that's a good one for that one. I imagine.
Damn, you're showing discipline at
Just
12-3.
sees a pixel at the top of the head. But again, look, they go back and kind of half challenge Icebox, but Icebox is still holding this ground. So it's just Leviathan giving all sight again, and they're just gonna get free picks left and right once more.
Oh, and they're all grouped up together.
His space. He just played his time, waited for
It's
the
a
wall
bad
to go
plan
down,
again. You
and
can just defuse
he
on the
was there to
corner.
greet. They've invested the harbor wall on the other side to section off the site and to section off the spike. Calm on a tap and the cove is up. He can stick this if they don't respect it. It's already come through, but he's gonna hold it the entire way. There's nothing to stop it. There was nothing to stop Leviathan. It was a stop 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Icebox was the exact same story.
Crew getting one
Who can we
more
blame
round
for this one?
time, though,
Wingman?
Doug.
Felt like it was his fault.
13-3.
And
The
maybe
change of comp
We've
was
got
a
2
W
rounds in there.
Yeah,
of one more
That's
round.
basically the
maybe
whole.
they can build off of that, but Dre,
That's basically the whole game.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, man. It really feels like